You're listening to Sister Stargazers, celestial and terrestrial observations and advice from two real-life sisters.
Welcome, fellow stargazers. Your sisters are in the house. Hey, Jude.
Hey, Sarah. How's it going?
It's great. We're at episode 97. Just chugging our way through July.
Just amazing.
This episode 97 is going to cover Sunday, July 16th through Saturday, roughly July 22nd. And we launched the week. The beginning of the week has new moon energy that is interesting. So I don't know. Where do you want to start?
Yeah. And I also was thinking about the Sabian symbol for the new moon.
Awesome.
So I'm just kind of scrolling here to find it. But yes, there's a new moon that starts off the week in Cancer, which is very kind of cuddly and warm and family and tribe oriented. Yeah, the new moon Sabian symbol is 25 degrees Cancer.
Okay.
A willful man is overshadowed by a descent of superior power.
Oh.
Keynote: the response of spiritual forces to the integration of personality through positive, willful endeavors.
Okay.
The response of spiritual forces to the integration of personality through positive, willful endeavors. Okay. Well.
Break it down for us.
I'm thinking about it. I wasn't expecting it. I just was like, okay, open up the Sabian. Well, we have this new moon at 24 degrees, 56 minutes Cancer happens at 2:31 p.m. on Monday, July 17th, Eastern time.
Yeah.
And there are a number of aspects that the moon makes, as well as being in conjunction to the sun, that I find particularly interesting, and that opens up this whole lunation to new possibilities.
Yeah.
So, it's in Cancer. It's this kind of formative sign. Cancer's the sign of nurturing, of the mom, of the nurturing principle for growth, right? And we have the moon and the sun at this time making an approaching aspect to Neptune. So Neptune is this higher octave of Venus. It's the inspiration. It's the inspiring. It's the intuitive. It's all of this ocean of possibility. It's the introduction of the imagination.
Mm-hmm.
It's the opening of this whole collective of potential that has ever been. And so the moon and the sun making a trine to Neptune is really, the doors are opening for you to have a lot of spiritual support if you tune into it.
Yes.
That's the real beauty of the trine from the sun and the moon, is that you've got to open to it. You've got to work with it. So the trines are easy. The trines are considered easy aspects. They can be problematic because you can have so much laziness in a trine or in a chart with so many trines that the individual, the personality, does not take any action at all.
Yeah.
That's why astrologers often focus on the oppositions and the squares, because with those, there's tension, there's growth.
Yes.
You can see the potential, you can see the action over time open as you apply effort.
Yes.
With the trines, you've got to ask for it. You've got to go there. Nothing is going to push you. So at this particular lunation, and I'm thinking about the Sabian here, if you apply your will, you can move mountains. You can open so many doors because the spiritual influences are so strong with this lunation. So not only are the sun and moon trine Neptune, but the sun and the moon are also sextile Uranus in Taurus. So this is prompting us to be open to new ideas and prompting us that we've got to be spontaneous.
Yeah.
It's going to be really obvious. Things are going to be firing. There's going to be a lot of spontaneity, a lot of opportunities for sparks to kind of fly, for there to be a lot of freedom, a lot of possibilities to
Love it.
explore.
Yeah.
And Mercury's in Leo,
Okay.
making a square to Jupiter in Taurus. So what I said about trines not always being great applies to squares as well. Squares are not always bad.
Right,
So this Mercury in Leo square applying to Jupiter and Taurus is an opportunity. If we work it, there's going to be a little tension involved. But if we take ourselves maybe out beyond our comfort zone and start a conversation or push our limit a little bit, we might get a big return for our effort. So these are happening right at the beginning of the week, and they speak so beautifully to this Sabian in terms of applying the will.
Yep.
It's so interesting that you got the Hanged Man.
Yes.
As the card for the week.
Yes. It's card number 12 of the major arcana in the traditional Rider-Waite deck. And it is exactly what you say it is. It is a figure hanging upside down from a tree, but they're in a gesture of meditation. They're almost in a yoga pose. One leg is extended, one leg is bent. Both hands are sort of behind the back. There's a glowing aura around the figure's head. And it says that the ruler of this card is Neptune, and that the key words associated are sacrifice and spiritual insight, and that Neptune is associated with inspiration, compassion, spiritual enlightenment. It can also symbolize dreams and confusions, as well as the ability to dissolve boundaries. So
yes. So this trine, this moon sun trine Neptune, we don't necessarily have to do anything.
Right. Go easy. Be with the flow.
Except maybe stand in tree pose.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
And with the arms behind the back, because it's but the hangman it's suspended.
Yes. Suspension. Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So we could also assume tree pose in bed.
Oh, very good. Yeah. On the floor.
On the mat.
Yeah. On the mat.
So hands to the back, on the kidneys.
Yes. Yep.
And then one leg either, bent and the sole of the foot applied to the ankle or to the thigh, or if you're really, or to the knee or to the thigh, if you're really agile and you can get it up there.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about lying down now.
Right.
And
yes.
just assuming that as a suspended moment.
Yes.
You don't have to be physically suspended unless you're doing aerial yoga.
Could be. Yes. Yep.
But I mean, that could be a cool thing to do during this new moon, right?
Yeah.
But see if when you take those moments, it doesn't have to be like a whole day of being in tree pose.
Right.
When
exactly.
you just take those moments of being suspended, see what comes through at the time of this new moon. And it's happening during the day. So the dark of the moon will be the night before. So it'll be the balsamic moon phase coming into this. The dark of the moon will be July 16th.
Yep.
And then the evening of July 17th will be a very, very potent time to put wishes, new intentions, especially related to where you want to be, where you will be, where you are willing yourself to be in the future. This is a powerful lunation for that.
Yes.
The moon and the sun are also in a wide opposition, not incredibly wide, but an opposition nonetheless to Pluto. It's not an exact opposition because Pluto's at 29 Capricorn. But this also gives a tremendous amount of power at the time of this lunation, this new moon, to go deep. So an opposition to Pluto does create some tension, but also the availability of truth to come bubbling up from the compost pile is a big potential at the time of this new moon, especially as you suspend.
Yeah. The card also says it could be a suggestion of looking at things from a different perspective.
Absolutely. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is great. As we move through the week, the moon leaves Cancer, moves into Leo, makes a conjunction to Mercury on the 19th. That's Wednesday, July 19th. So ideas are more freely flowing.
Wow.
More demonstrative, more easily expressed in Leo, conjunct Mercury. It's a great time for cooperation, for cooperative projects, especially around those things that you want to do, that you love to do. It's a great time to express your feelings with clarity. The problem this week comes on Thursday, July 20th.
Okay.
And Friday, the 21st, because we have some quincunxes.
Okay.
The sun and the moon are trining Neptune at the time of this new moon on Monday, but the exact trine the sun makes is going to be on Thursday, the 20th.
Okay.
So just a couple of days away. So that is available, that energy of the imagination and having access to limitless creativity, and also being really able to remember, record your dreams, and the download of information from dreams and from inspiring moments are available to you all week.
Nice.
But on Thursday, there's some quincunxes. So the moon in Leo quincunx Neptune. So you might be having doubts about what you experienced maybe, or what you're thinking about, or what you're imagining being possible at the time of the new moon. Because the quincunx can introduce a sense of doubt or uncertainty or unresolvedness.
Yes.
But don't pay any attention to that. The moon in Leo will then conjunct Venus, who's very slow now in her movement. She's almost at retrograde. She's almost about to retrograde. So there's a lot of opportunity for being together with people, especially that you love. But the moon is also at the same time making a quincunx to Pluto. So it was in opposition, now it's in quincunx. So these feelings that have come up for you that you've been mulling around, now is not a great time to talk about them. You know, they might have bubbled up early in the week, but you want to wait for another time to kind of bring up these issues to your loved ones, or to maybe a new person that you've met, or, maybe bearing your soul to someone that you may feel that you, sometimes we blurt things out when the moon is.
Yes.
And you just want to be careful, because the moon is in quincunx to Pluto. There's a lot of access to that compost. And you don't always have to say it. Right. You always have to express it. You can just note, that's there. I'm just gonna put that on the shelf for now and come back to it when there's a better time.
Yes.
Mars is now in Virgo. It wants to move forward, and it's making an opposition to Saturn. So this idea of moving forward, but at the same time going slow and having discipline and being very deliberate.
Yeah. Okay.
The Saturnian qualities.
Yes.
Opposing to Mars and Virgo wanting to move quickly on through the list.
Yes.
While Saturn's like, well, no, we have to finish one task first before we go on to the other task. And then this other task has parts A, B, and C that need to be done before you move along to the next task on the list.
Interesting. So
this Mars opposition Saturn can work for us if we consider that any delays now are going to be fortuitous.
Okay.
And also resist the urge to control.
Okay.
That's a Mars thing in Virgo. Wants to make sure it gets everything in the right slot.
Yeah.
But that's not going to happen, because Saturn's like, well, that doesn't fit into this slot. You've got to carve it some more.
Take a time out and go do a tree pose.
Yeah, exactly.
Go suspend. Just go.
On Friday, there's even more stuff going on.
Oh, man.
Yeah, on Friday, the moon in Virgo is going to make an opposition to Saturn. So we just had Mars opposite Saturn. So the moon's sliding into Virgo. It's making an opposition to Saturn and a conjunction to Mars.
Yeah.
So this is just a couple of days where we can't push anything.
Okay.
And then as Saturday moves along, we come up to Saturday the 22nd, the moon opposite Neptune now. Feelings are kind of out of sorts. So the moon has moved into Virgo. And it wants to line things up. It wants to pigeonhole those feelings, that happened because of this happened because of that.
Yeah.
And opposite Neptune, it's like, you're never going to know why that happened.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You can't analyze that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But just chill out, go for a walk, ride your bike, relax on the couch, listen to some inspirational music, because again, the moon will move out of Virgo and out of its opposition soon enough, and you'll feel better. Okay.
Yes, it'll move through.
Yes. 2 more things, just the very, very end of the week, Saturday, July 22nd. And this is really literally at the end of the week, the final hours of the week. Venus in Leo goes retrograde at 9:32 p.m. and the sun enters Leo at 9:50 p.m.
Okay.
It's a very fitting end to the week.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be our cliffhanger for episode 98. So listeners, please send us your feedback, your comments, your questions. You can reach us at connect@sisterstargazers.com. That's our email address. We love hearing from you and seeing and reading your comments. And tune into 90.9 FM WMPG on Monday nights to hear some deep dive astrology with Jude. And just enjoy hanging out.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jude.
Have a great day, everybody.
Yes.
Bye for now.
Thanks for listening to Sister Stargazers. Let us know what worked for you this week. Find us on Facebook and post a comment at Sister Stargazers.